Feels like love, Cupid made a shot.
Hi guys, how's everybody doing? So today's video is going to be a little diff. I want to show you guys my filming setup and what I use to create my YouTube videos. Now, you could use this equipment for any type of content creation. The main things you're going to want when creating videos, especially if the videos you're talking in them, and videos, even if you wanted to do the voiceovers, the style of video, you would actually need a few little things. So I wanted to go ahead and show you my setup. I've so many people have asked me about it. Like, what do you use? What lights do you use? Do you use a mic? Like, how do you film with like the double camera vibe, all that. So I just want to go over quickly and show you guys my setup. And thank you so much to Neewer. They're actually sponsoring today's video. They sent me out one of their lights, which I thought is so sick because I've been buying this brand and I absolutely love this brand. So to be working with them is just amazing and I'm so appreciative. And you can save yourself 6% with my discount code Blue Rose on their website. And I was over there checking some things out. It's actually a little bit more affordable over there than it is on Amazon. But I bought some of their products off Amazon because that's just where I thought. I guess I never thought to go to the actual site. Go to the site up store sometimes. It's a lot faster. Or maybe not faster. Amazon comes the next day, so we can't beat that. But it's a lot cheaper. You get a lot of discounts. The site has discounts as well as you can use discount codes over there, right? So kind of a good vibe. Now, I have two lights from Neewer. They are, I'll show you them in a second. Those are the lights that come like this on me. And I had a little light over top of just my face camera. I found that it wasn't giving me my overall view of like when I feel overhead a lot. So this width of light is actually going to work way better than what I did have. So this is, I'm guessing it's a what, 12.9 inches because these are 12.9 inches and I'm pretty sure it's like the same. So I just want to go and I'm going to show you guys this little light. It looks so sick. So this is how it comes, very nicely packaged. So what, 192 lithium battery, LED light. These are LED lights, where this one is, but I'm pretty positive mine are over there LED too. So again, beautiful. One thing I love about these is like they have the panel in the back and then you have all your buttons here. The two lights I have here are a little different. They even go with a remote. So I want to show you those lights as well as their mic. I actually have their mic. I really, really like it. It's awesome for me, for example, in my studio right now, my window is right there and it's so hot and they haven't got the AC on. And even when they do have the AC on, because the AC is right there and it's like it's just old, so she's loud. I ain't gonna lie to you. So sometimes I feel like you would hear that like in the background of my videos, and I hated that. So I'd have to turn the AC off with all the lights on. You're sweating your tush off. So with the mic, I don't have to worry about that. Today I have the window open, so unless somebody's honking the horn or some sirens, you're not going to hear that outside noise because this mic actually has like a noise canceling feature on it, which I highly, highly recommend if you're going to invest in a mic. Get one with a noise canceling feature because you don't hear all the little buzzing noises of the house. Do you know what I mean? I feel like there's always, when you're not talking, it almost has like a buzzing noise, like a, I don't know how to describe it, but that's what it sounds like when you're editing in the world, when there's no talking, no nothing, but with the noise cancellation, you don't hear that. At least when I'm editing, I don't hear that as I did. So I really, really like that. And also I can have the window open or the AC going and it's just going to cancel out those little noises. So highly, highly recommend. Even theirs, I would definitely recommend theirs. But any mic that you get one with noise canceling option. I know we're here for the light, but I want to show you the whole equipment anyways. I'm just going to show you how I set that up. But I really recommend a mic because when you are filming, you want your voice to come clear. Me, I'm personally a bit of a like quieter talker, so I don't want to be unnatural. I'm not going to just speak up and be like this through the whole video because that's not naturally how I talk. I'm going to talk like this and probably at some points get a little lower and be like, so a mic really comes in handy for someone like myself because I can just be me and the mic will, you know, enhance my voice. So with theirs here, I have this on. I will take another device. How I film, I use cell phones. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm a cell phone girly. Now, I'm also not going to lie and say I don't use old cell phones. I specifically went out and bought two phones for filming. This is the Samsung Galaxy 25. Why do I feel like I have a hair? That's actually really annoying. Sorry. This is a Samsung Galaxy S25. You guys are on the S24, and I think that's a TB for sure storage. So you want the high level storage. And I don't get the Galaxy SEs and S stuffs. Oh my god, don't buy those. I feel like they're like the lower model version. So you want like the actual just regular Samsung Galaxy, and that way your camera quality will be like really good. At least I find it really good. I'm not into cameras. I don't want to go learn all that. This way I literally have a Samsung laptop. I just bought it last year, I would say, and I can quick share all my stuff. I quick share from one phone to the next to my computer. I can quick share it to my tablet. I really do find that the quality is pretty good on cameras. Nobody, if I go get somebody with an actual camera to my cell phone camera, I don't think you're going to see much of a difference. I do want to invest in this pardon me, losing my voice. I do want to invest in this I think it's called like a selfie monitor, because the back cameras are much better than the front camera. Like what you guys are on, you guys are basically facing like this. So I can see myself. So it's reversing everything. But at least this way I know I'm in frame. But I do want to get the other one where I can film like this, face, and then it just has a monitor right there. So I will eventually invest in that. I think that'll be quite good for me, for somebody who does use phones. But on both mine, I use both cell phones. So how I get a double camera footage is 2 phones. I have you guys there. For example, you would be up higher, of course, and I'll show you the setup here in a shake. And then I would have this phone like this, filming my overhead, and then you guys. But I'd have this up high enough where you don't see it, and you guys are obviously at a rate where you're not going to see this. So it's really important that you're going to have your equipment, like this is your phone, this is a phone stand holder. You can use these for cameras. They have the different adapters, high enough up. So you're going to want to make sure you have one that adjusts accordingly. So for this, I want to show you guys, and it's all about the editing world now after the fact, right? After all this, it's all editing. So now I'm just going to take this camera. We're going to go over here, and I'm just going to show you guys, this is the receiver for the mic that plugs into your phone. It will come with an iPhone one as well. I have Android, so that is that adapter. And then here on my chest is the little mic adapter, and I just have it clipped with, you can clip it on your shirt, but I don't like that. I like it with the magnet, because that way I can have it anywhere I want, and it doesn't pull down my shirt weird. Like if you clip it here, it's just gonna like hang. I don't want that. It's weird looking. These little fluffies come with it. Let's move you back over here for a sec. Okay, so these little fluffies come with it, which is good. So it just kind of, you don't get all the when you're like blowing, and it'll like, I guess, minimize that, which is kind of cool. And don't get me wrong, oh my god, guys, I'm not saying I'm no pro. I learned any of this. I've never taken any classes or anything like that. I really do want to eventually take a camera class. I have a sick, good camera. It's just not a vlogging camera. But I've also realized that over the years, I think I love the convenience of phones, and I think you can really get good high quality footage with your cell phones. The cameras on them nowadays are just so different. But again, I do feel that you need to invest in a good camera, which phone, to do so. I wouldn't recommend, I would say to get started, by all means, grab any old phone and, do you. But eventually, like anything else, you're going to want to invest in your equipment, right? And I think that's the key when you're doing and creating content, especially if you're doing it. I want to say, like, I have girlfriends that always say this too, like, I'm just going to do it for fun. You might start out like it's just a for fun thing, but over time, you're going to look at the numbers, and you're going to look at things, and you're going to be like, you're going to want your numbers to grow. And as soon as you start looking at, you're wanting your numbers to grow, and how many subscribers and how many watch hours and all these things, it becomes not just for fun anymore, because there's a lot to creating content. You have to learn how to edit. You have to learn basic equipment knowledge, you know what I mean? Mics, this different type of stuff. Lighting is so important. Oh my god, I've been fighting with lighting for years. I think I finally figured it out though. But oh my god, have I ever wasted so much money on different lights? And also just lights that it didn't really work for me, because they're just too big and bulky, and ring lights, I absolutely dislike a ring light. I don't know why. Just not my jam. I much prefer panel lights. I feel like you're getting just the best of both worlds with that. So that's why I kind of want to go over in this video a few things. But over here, you also get a little mic attachment. You could use one for like that type of phone if you need. It clips on. But again, this actually will clip into this. So this will be your receiver. You still need the receiver part, so that will just like plug into it. But you could just have this on your shirt too, right? But this is just a wireless one. So it does come with a lot of different little adapters and stuff like that. That's the mic. I highly, 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 highly recommend their mics, honestly. For the price of it, the affordability, I've seen some other ones. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of different brands out there, but some of them are quite pricey. And don't get me wrong, I think you should invest in yourself and invest in your equipment. But do I need like a $400 mic? I don't know. And that one's hard for me to justify. I think this one in total, I actually don't even remember. Let me quickly look how much it was. I got it from Amazon. Again, go to the Neewer website. They have like 25% off different things. You can use my discount code, save money there. I kind of recommend checking out the websites too. We always think, oh, Amazon just because it's quick. But the quickness, they kind of like charge you more for that in a sense. Let me just see quickly here. Okay, so once I look on my Amazon thing, I paid $160 for it. Remember, this is Canadian prices. Right now, though, they actually have a coupon on there, so with pros and cons on that one. So I would check that out. But the biggest thing I would recommend when you're looking for a mic, any mic that you want, you don't have to get Neewer, of course. I just really do enjoy the brand. Even my first lights were these huge soft boxes. They were Neewer as well. The brand. So I've been using them actually from my original lights. I just upgraded to the panels, which I will talk to you why I feel like you should maybe try to skip the softbox if possible, especially for a confined space. Unless you have a huge studio, then maybe a softbox could be your vibe. But for me, the softboxes are just cumbersome, big dudes. So yes, with this, like I said, I would recommend just looking for noise canceling. Make sure your mic has a noise canceling option on it. That I would highly recommend whatever mic you do go for. But again, these are not bad. There are cheaper versions of the Neewer one, like without the case. I like the case. I will pay the extra to have the case in there. It's a little charging thing, so you know it's always charging in there. And it's just a cute compact way. And if you're going out traveling, you want to vlog when you're on the road, you can just throw this in your little kit or throw it in your bag and you're kind of good to go. Highly recommend their mics. Now, when it comes to the lights, I'm going to take you and flip you guys around. And I want to show you the two lights that I have. And I've been working with these, I think about a year or so. They're beautiful. These two both come with a remote. I can set it up so they both work on the same thing. So that I just turn my lights off. That's both lights because they're both on the same channel. So I don't have to worry about using both different remotes. I can control them. If I wanted to, I could control them individually, or I could have the one remote and control both lights to have them on and off. And that's how they kind of go on and off. So let me just flip you guys and I'll show you my setup. It's a little messy, but other than that, like, don't mind it, okay? Okay, so I just want to show you my setup. So I have a monitor that is just a Samsung monitor. Again, I'm kind of the Samsung for some of my technology vibes. So I have that so I can see, which I really, really like. When it's all said and done, I'll show you the full setup and how this would be. So I have two lights on each side. I feel like, and again, this is just my opinion, guys. You don't got to go by anything of this. You can take my opinion as much as you want. It's mainly about just showing you if you are interested. Again, I've been doing it for a few years now, so I find that this really does work well for me. So these lights here, these are, I think, 25 watts. They're all controllable, different like your settings. You can have it a warm, you can have it white, brighter, dim it. It's very, very cool. And that is those ones. Again, it's upside down because it's just the way I have it. And then I have it on these bars. Now, when you buy these lights, they will come with a very, very sturdy bar. That is one of their bars. I've bought in different attachment bars to be able to put out my lights on angles because I want lighting from this side, and above. That to me, I found is the perfect amount of lighting. And then again, I have this one over here. This one is exactly the same. She's a little dusty, don't mind that. Even that, oh my god, I should really have dusted, but it's all good. I did actually just remove my nails, so that probably didn't help the situation. Yeah, so that is how this is. Now I had a small light up here, but it was just mainly focused on my face, which is good for what I'm filming up here, but I really wanted something that I could focus a little bit more on my filming area when I'm actually shooting. So that's why this light here is going to come in handy. This is a 20-watt light, so it's a little bit less wattage than this guy, but I really do feel like this will work perfect for me. So I'm just going to take it all out of the box. Oh, I already have one of these. So it does come, let me just show you. It comes with the attachment. Ooh, so you can even put this on a camera. That would go into your camera and that could attach to the top of your camera. Like that would be such good lighting. And the plug-in for it. Now I do believe that you can charge this and it become a wireless device. So we'll go over that here in a minute. That is so sick though. Alright guys, so after reading a little bit about this, this is actually like a cordless light as well. So it does run off batteries and your battery time will be about 1.5 hours and your charging time is about 2 hours. So that is so sick if you do have it on a camera and you want it to be out, or even like just to do like a photo shoot out or something, you could bring that with you. That is actually really cool. I like that. I don't remember if these ones are. They might be too. They have such cool cool stuff over there. So they have a cool temperature and the warm temperature. So the cool temperature would be like the white light. The warm temperature would be more of the yellow light, depending on the brightness and anything like that that you wanted. All that is adjustable on the sides. Again, it comes with your little pamphlet, so you're able to read. I'm just going to, I already screwed it in. I just screwed into my already existing thing. But like you said, you can use this, and this would screw into probably anything that would have that adapter, but this little piece here is what actually slides into a camera. So it's pretty cool that it has that adjustable one. Yep, and that is all that is in that box. So I'm just going to go ahead and plug it in. I need to go whoop, whoop, under my desk, and the cord situation, I don't know. I have no good advice for anything to how to make your cords not be cords and be just everywhere. I do have an attachment that attaches to the bottom of my desk, so I just shove all my cords in there and it's a little bit less. But if you have any good cord suggestions to organize those bad boys, let me know. But I'm gonna go plug mine in here. All right guys, so look at it. It's pretty. So it is much bigger than the one I did have, which I like because now it's actually coming out over here. So it'll be good for my face because when I'm double camera, this is where my one phone will go, right here. And then here, let me see if I can find a phone. Okay guys, so this is how it would fully look for me when I'm filming. I really like that this light is larger and it covers more of this area. I do really like that. I can tell just by looking at the color difference. You see how it's a little bit brighter? These are 25 watt, that's a 20 watt. But I do feel like actually I like the contrast of not having it as crazy bright. And remember, you can actually dim it down a little bit too. But at least this way it won't be as like bright in my face. So this is how that's gonna look. So yeah, that looks pretty bright. I feel like it's nice. It gives nice lighting. It's not making my glasses look too crazy because sometimes that happens a lot. But I really like that that's a little bit brighter and it kind of softens and not being too like stark white. I actually really like that. So that's how this would be set up. Now this camera is going, and that is my main overhead camera. It always looks a little bit darker in my monitor, and I always say that to you guys too, like, why is it, I have so much lights? But when in the editing world, it looks perfectly bright and fine. So I know that that's going to be so much brighter because when I turn it off, let's just look here. Do you see how much darker that is? Way brighter. Trust me, in the filming world, that overhead light is going to make a huge difference. So that is it, guys. That is my full setup. So adding that third one is just like the cherry on top. That is what I've been looking for. Absolutely love it. The sorry, I did forget to tell you this. The mounts that I use are Archon mounts. That's an Archon mount clamp. And then these guys I just got off Amazon. I don't think Neewer has any of them. I wish they would come out with their own, so they could be a little bit more sturdy. They do work fine, but they could be a little bit more sturdy if possible. But isn't that so sick? That is how I film YouTube videos. I actually have a video to film today. So now we can get in there and look how bright and beautiful that is. And when I film overhead, that's how it'll be. And always make sure your camera is in for both top and bottom, 16.9. That is what you need for a full video. Always make sure you have that. That is it. I love it. Thank you so much. Don't forget to use my discount code at the Neewer website, and I'll put all the information down below for everything I showed today, all the equipment, and get started on your YouTube journey. I really, really love it. And I do recommend going with a better light. Hold on, let me flip you guys here. Okay, I just want to chat quickly. I do want to say, and I'm keeping it real, you can do whatever you want, you're grown. But from experience of getting into this, and I'm a very much want it now type of girl. If you've been watching me, you know. So I have, like I said, I first started with soft boxes. They actually were the same brand from Neewer. They worked great, but they're huge. So they took up a lot of room. And in a small space that I have, which I know a lot of you have smaller spaces, it really is just, it's just too much. It's actually stressful to have this huge, huge box. So I don't recommend the soft boxes. Honestly, they're just too big and it takes up a lot of room, a lot of floor space. You can get stuff to attach it to the wall, but again, that is a whole project. Been there, done that, and even removed it. I highly, highly, highly recommend the panel lights. Why? Because you're going to get a full flat light surface, right? You're just going to get light. With ring lights, you're getting exactly that. You're getting a ring light. So it's not like your full light. Yeah, I think you could put your camera inside of ring lights, but then I feel like you always get that ring too. Like this is just stark light on your area. So the panel lights, I highly would recommend them over a ring light any day. And this might sound weird, but I don't recommend getting your lights from Temu and these off brands on Amazon. And yeah, you might be able to find a one-off guy. But I'm telling you from experience, and I could show you about 6 at least, probably smaller, different type of panel lights that I bought off of Shein, different ones on Amazon, and they're all just kind of crap. They're over time, like you're just not getting lighting. So what's going to end up happening to you is that you're going to watch your videos and you're going to be editing them and you're going to be like, oh my God, why is my lights just not being bright? It is just actually like a reoccurring headache for yourself. And that's all you're going to do. So in the long run, what you're going to end up doing is spending more money on all these little ones that you see on Temu or wherever. I just call them off-brand ones. Then you could if you just saved up and get a high quality reputable brand, right? Like Neewer is, they've been around, that's what they do. They specialize in filming equipment. So you know you're going to get the quality from them. So I would highly recommend you looking into, I don't want to say it has to be Neewer. It could be any, like there is actual filming people that do like lighting and all that for like production, I guess it would be. I'm trying to figure the right word for it. So I would definitely recommend if you're going to get into YouTube or anything like that, light is so important. People want to see what you're doing and they're going to want to see you grow. So I'm not saying you have to go out and buy that right away, but I am saying be wary of buying a lot of more cheaper stuff and you're just going to want to replace it in a few, months or something. And then in the end, all you've done is just spend double, right? So yes, if you have something, use that for now, but I'd highly recommend saving up to get a good light, or again, a good mic for your filming. And that way you don't have to waste the money like twice, 3 times. Trust me, I know I've wasted so much money on lighting. This is legitly my 3rd mic that I've gotten. And I'm just like, why didn't I just get this one? I got another little mic for like $50. I thought, hey, it's $50. It should be good. I could still hear all the buzzing around the house. I could hear the AC on and I would get so hot I couldn't have the window open. And it was just all those little things. And again, I got another one, another $50, did exactly the same thing. So now it's like, I still had to go find like a better mic to solve all my issues. could have saved the $100, added $50, and got one instead of spending what, almost $250 now on a mic, because I already wasted so much money on these other ones, right? Not to say you can't probably sell them and whatever, but you get my point. I would definitely recommend saving up to get a more high quality light or mic rather than buying all the cheap ones, because you're going to regret it and you're going to probably eventually go get the better one anyway. So save your money. Save your money up just to get the better one, whether it be Neewer or any other reputable brand that actually focuses on lighting and sound and, you know, production equipment stuff. Because I do have other stuff, camera attachments, those little pocket thing attachments. That's what this company does, right? So definitely I would recommend looking into a company that does that for all the filming equipment that you need. But thank you guys so much for watching. Again, a huge thank you to Neewer for sponsoring today's video. Again, you can always use my discount code and save yourself 6% on their website. I would check it out. I've seen some pretty decent deals. If I had to say a high recommendation, definitely, I haven't worked with the top light much yet. I can see a difference in the wattage. 25 or 5 watts makes a bit of a difference. Love these two lights, wouldn't change them for the world. I really like the size of that light, so I'm just want to see over time a little bit more to see how I really, really like it. But so far I'm liking it. I like how I look on that camera there. It's giving me the light. It's a vibe. I think it's a real vibe, and I love it. Just gives me all my light in a dome, and now I'm just down here and I could work and I could see what I'm doing because like nail stuff is so small. Like I need to see, right? Thank you guys though so much for watching. I know this is a little bit different and it wasn't exactly nail related. Well, I do have Madame Glam's new collection, so technically it's nail related. But it's all about how I film and kind of the behind the scenes of what I use to film and what my area looks like. When you guys just see this is all what is around it to make this actually possible. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure you give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and share with a friend, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, bye guys.